Former chairman from Oklahoma, Mr. Lucas.
Gentleman is recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and thank you, Chairman Babin. I can't, and I have to acknowledge this, I can't think of a better set of hands to have the chairmanship of this critically important committee, Science, Space, and Technology, and you and Ranking Member Lofgren and my good friend from Michigan over there. The committee you preside over represents the future of this great country. And I always tell people the Science Committee is not just about yesterday or tomorrow. It's 5 years, it's 50 years, it's 250 years into the future. And that's just an amazing thing. But today, I rise in support of H.R. 1325, the Commercial Remote Sensing Act. I've introduced this bipartisan legislation in the past two Congresses, and on both occasions the measures passed the House by voice vote. I reintroduced the bill this Congress along with my colleague and friend, the ranking member of the Science Committee, Ms. Lofgren. It updates the reporting requirements for NOAA's Office of Commercial Remote Sensing Regulatory Affairs so that Congress can monitor how regulations are impacting the growth and improvement of the commercial remote sensing industry. Congress first authorized the licensing and regulation of commercial remote sensing space systems in 1992. Since then, the industry has become a crucial resource in a number of industries, including agriculture, finance, trade, energy. Remote sensing uses data collected from satellites to produce images of Earth. This imagery and data has a number of important applications. It can allow farmers to improve the crop production by more efficiently applying water and fertilizer. It can inform the future commodity prices by actively monitoring weather and crop health. It can also improve our ability to prepare for and respond to natural disasters by instructing floodplain mapping, tornado tracking, and drought monitoring, topics that are all front of mind for all Americans, but especially those in my home state of Oklahoma. Commercial remote sensing can also be helpful in humanitarian relief efforts and monitoring treaty compliance, among other national security and foreign affairs applications. This technology provides us critical information for a number of fields. As the industry is constantly evolving and growing, we must make sure that Congress is receiving timely and comprehensive reports to accurately evaluate how regulations are affecting the state of the industry. The Commercial Space Launch Competitive Act of 2015 established a reporting requirement from the Department of Commerce on the status of commercial remote sensing, licensing, and regulation. That requirement expired in 2020. H.R. 1325 will reinstate the reporting requirement and keep Congress informed of agency actions, their impact on licensees, and the state of commercial remote sensing industry. Mr. Speaker, H.R. 1325 is a simple, bipartisan bill that will help ensure that the United States remains the global leader in commercial remote sensing industry. I want to thank the ranking member, Lofgren, for joining me in advancing this legislation, and I urge all of my colleagues to support this bill, and I yield back. I rise in support of H.R. 1326, the DOE and USDA Interagency Research Act. This bill allows the Department of Energy and the Department of Agriculture to work together to improve how we grow our food, fiber, and fuel in America. I introduced this bill in the last Congress with the help of the ranking member of the Science Committee, Ms. Lofgren. The measure passed with unanimous support through the committee and by voice vote on the House floor. As a farmer and rancher myself, I'm proud to sponsor this bill, which will help us address cross-cutting research challenges that will advance crop science, maximize carbon storage, enhance precision agricultural technologies, and much more. DOE and USDA already have a successful track record of collaboration to mitigate invasive species, to modernize the grid, address energy-water nexus, develop biofuels, and improve agricultural operations. DOE has some of our country's most advanced computing capacity, as well as world-class research facilities and a depth of scientific expertise. These resources can be used to support the work being done by America's farmers and ranchers, ultimately strengthening our agricultural production. This bill before us today is a smart, bipartisan legislation that codifies the partnership between DOE and USDA, ensuring that they can continue to work together on these inter-industry challenges. I want to thank Mrs. Lofgren for working with me on this the past two Congresses and on this bill. And I deeply appreciate her support of agricultural research. And it's always a pleasure to be on the floor with Ms. Stevens from Michigan. I urge all my colleagues to join us in supporting this bill, and I yield back.